Day 1. Where Strength is Found. You will be delivered by returning and resting. Your strength will lie in quiet confidence. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 15. I went quiet. I didn't announce my plan for a social media sabbatical with a lengthy post on Instagram or Facebook, and I didn't pre-schedule any posts to go live during my absence. I just went quiet. I stopped posting, checking, and scrolling. I even deleted the social media apps on my phone. At first, I noticed the way my right hand would instinctively reach for my phone. It surprised me how habitual the thumb swiping had become, not to mention how mind-numbing the scrolling had been. It took a little while, but eventually my hand stopped reaching for my phone. In its place, I set some books and a Bible nearby. As I turned to other sources, and especially as I turned to the source, I could feel my heart lighten. Freed from the tyranny of needing to see what everyone else was doing, I let quiet truth and beauty fill me. During this process, I decided to do a study of the sanctuaries in the Bible. The first sanctuary, of course, was the Garden of Eden. It was a place of perfect tranquility, where the first humans could walk with God and chat about their day as casually as friends strolling through a park. But because of their eventual disobedience, they were cast out of this perfect sanctuary and barred from entering God's presence thereafter. And yet, God showed them mercy by promising that a path back into his presence was forthcoming. A tabernacle of quiet. True to his word, God later instructed Moses, saying, "Let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell in their midst." Exodus chapter 25, verse 8. God even told Moses how to design this new sanctuary, for it was patterned after the sanctuary in heaven. Hebrews chapter 8, verse 5. This newly constructed tabernacle consisted of 3 sections: the outer courtyard, the holy place, and the most holy place. Upon entrance to this sanctuary, the priests would immediately experience a new kind of quiet as the heavy drapes of the tabernacle's walls kept out the noise of the world. This was even truer in that most inner place. 19th century English pastor Charles Spurgeon describes it, saying, "There was this peculiarity about the most holy place. It was a shrine of unbroken quiet. Was ever a voice heard in it? Once in the year the high priest went in and filled it full of the smoke of incense as he waved his censer in the mystic presence. But otherwise it was a chamber in which there was no footfall of living thing or voice of mortal man. Here was the home of absolute quiet and silence. This was God's dwelling place, the home of absolute quiet and silence. Back then, of course, only the high priest could enter that inner sanctum, and even then just once a year. But the quietness of this sanctuary reflected the reality that in God's presence, our hearts are quieted. There's something about stillness and a corresponding quietness of heart that is inviting, especially for those of us who live in a world full of hustle and never-ending noise. We long for a place where the chaos of our daily lives is supplanted with a peace that cannot be described. We long for sanctuary, and we're hardly the first people to desire it. Too often, though, we try to create our own gardens of paradise. This could be anything that gives us a reprieve, and this is especially true of our phones. They allow us to shed the physical limitations of our locale so we can enter digital realms. There we can meet more people, have more conversations, and learn more things. We can even take on new identities. If we happen to feel disenfranchised from the actual community we live in, we can easily escape to an online realm and reinvent ourselves. It's all very exciting, but the answer isn't found in a paradise of our own making, nor is the answer found in a paradise of someone else's making. Where the answer is found. These days, a social media sabbatical is nothing new. Taking a break or fasting from social media is a growing trend, and for good reason.